Well, Happy New Year, everybody. It is January 6th, I think. Oh, nah, one day till my youngest turns 18. Senior in high school, heading off to college next year. Anyway, it is, we sort of took a week off towards the end of the year. I hope everybody had a good holiday and is having a good transition back into the real world, because it's been a little shaky around here, trying to had so many people around the house and things like that couldn't even check in too often at TG to see what was happening. But I know exciting things were happening. Did see some pretty cool stuff on the forum. Like to see people fessing up to what was a big hit the year they were born. Mine was a Dean Martin song, and then Davy Crockett, I think, over in the UK. So also kind of interesting year for me coming up. I don't want to get whole philosophical about this, but I will be as old as the year I was born in was in the century. So something kind of interesting about that, I guess. Anyway, this week we kind of got back on track after a week of, again, we kind of shut down, we followed Apple Computer's lead in that and decided to take the week off. Well, at least as far as releasing stuff goes. The mice were working very hard, all trying to keep everything rolling, especially at the two new sites, Totally Keyboards and Totally Vocals. So we're still pumping away stuff, still have good offers out there for our Target members and TG members. So be sure to take a look again at what's happening with Dave's Totally Keyboards and Jim over at Totally Vocals. Also want to wish them the best. Jim was really sick over the holidays too, and so he sort of fell behind in terms of things, but I called him one time and wasn't sure who was answering the phone. Singers have a little bit more of a problem than guitar players when they get sick. So anyhow, it was a fun week as far as content went because we finally wrapped up a long series of things with Fred working on Ain't No Sunshine, how to get the vocals incorporated with this. So our last little, at least our last look at Fred and Ain't No Sunshine right now. We got more Fred coming up and more Kevin, and want to welcome one of my kids, well, one of my guitar student kids, to the fray of joining the Fly on the Wall group, and that's Paris. She's a high school student who is working on a lot of stuff that I haven't really thought about doing too much of this stuff. She's a big Blink 182 fan and a few other things. She always brings in unusual stuff. And but I might start bringing out more of those more videos from some of my teenagers. Got what's this one? Anyway, we might add some of that stuff because I'm getting reintroduced to some pretty cool tunes. Of course, that's like 90s. That's not all that new, but Ryan is working on that. So got some pretty cool things. Well, okay, never mind. I'm not going to get into what I'm working on now, but I do have a couple of plans for this year. One of them is to play guitar more, and everybody else should be trying to do that too. Good to get more guitar playing in, unless you already get in as much as you think you need, which is possible. I hope, if you're lucky enough to be in that situation where you can get in a couple hours every day. So, song-wise though, there was a really interesting combination of things. Went to the really obscure. With Caravan, getting back to our early progressive rock from the Canterbury world in there. Again, very cool, bizarre band, but had some goofy songs and some pretty fun songs to play too. So, and then Wednesday we entered the brand new world, unreleased, unrecorded world of Damien Rice again. I'm really starting to enjoy listening to a lot of his songs, and as we're exploring more and more of them. And I really, again, as I mentioned before, appreciate how much everybody is the positive response on doing these tunes, because his songs are very, very just emotional and wrenching and beautiful. So the song this week was Wild and Free, one that there's just videos out there floating out, you know, probably to be released on his next album, but who knows? Who knows exactly what's going on with him and that world. And then reached way back to one of my favorite bands from, you know, my high school days, of course, and that is got a lot of things on the way, I think, from those guys. Who knows? I might even get around to this one. Oh, that was No Matter What by Badfinger. So who knows? Maybe a little bit more Badfinger around the corner. I'm not really sure about that. Here's another one. One of my real favorites. Oh, can't do it without a capo. Yes, I can. Wait, a capo's not too far away. There's another one I'm thinking about. Okay, but enough of what I'm messing around with right now. And on to, that's the end of the story, I think, for this week. I do have to, the birds here are wonderful. It's great. It feels like it's spring here. It's January, it's warm, it's sunny. We haven't seen the rain in like a month here, and that's actually not really good. But it's sort of nice for sitting outside like I have been doing many of the other times. This time I just decided to come back in the cabin and mess around. Oh, speaking of messing around, one of my other goals this year is to maybe write some new stuff. Sure where that's going to go anywhere yet. Something I was toying with the other day. And the thing I played at the beginning, something I wrote back in 2003, about 8 years ago. 9 years ago now, I guess. I kind of went on a writing kick, and most of those haven't seen the light of day yet. But I'm going to try to resurrect them and start playing a little bit more for you guys. Maybe here on the news, maybe just in more of the acoustic snapshots. But anyway, that's one of my plans for this year is to just play the guitar a little bit more and get back to creating stuff, along with, of course, creating lessons and everything. So, okay, I think that's it. I'm going to go back to playing. Oh wait, you've all heard that one. You've probably heard this one too. maybe not. I may have never played that before. A little bouncy thing I wrote, again, about quite a few years ago now, called Let's Get Packed. It's about traveling. So, okay, I think that's it. I'm checking out. I'm heading to Southern California, first softball tournament of the year. So, out in Huntington Beach later today. No, not today. Not till tomorrow. I'm not sure yet. So, in any case, I really hope, I want to thank everybody for all their contributions here at TG, and especially everybody who is not necessarily very active members of the forum and stuff like that. We do have just a great community, and really sort of want to sum that up, with what's been going on last year, because we have so many people that I know are getting so much out of the site, and really thank everybody for all their contributions and just participation in what's happening here. So I am really excited about what we've all kind of been able to put together here, and it really wouldn't be the same without our loyal TG community. So, well, of course it wouldn't even exist. Never mind. Okay, before I get too waxing philosophic about this, I better just get out of here. I will see you next week with a few interesting and unusual tunes, I promise.